guys, it's Kugli again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the much awaited, much debated and very much hyped Havoc ROM from Team Z, and let's get started. So guys, the Team Havoc or Team Z's Havoc-OS, it's one of the most anticipated ROMs for I don't know how long. Everyone has been on their guard. I've been holding my breath for this ROM. It's an amazing ROM, which, well, it's a very hyped ROM, yes, and let's see how much it holds up to all that hype. So let's get started with the ROM now. First of all, what you see here is the launcher. This is called the Lean Launcher. Has a lot of features which you can customize. Good to know, but I'm not really much of a fan of launchers either, because I normally use Nova Launcher. It's been working out really well for me, so pretty cool. Now let's go to the system page. In the about phone page you can see Havoc, that is the ROM. It's a lineage based ROM. Basically they are using AICPSH base, and they have a lot of things which are implemented onto this one to make it one of the most feature rich ROMs, which I will be talking about in this one. As you can see, this is based on Android 8.1. Of course it is. April 5 security patches, latest one. Kernel is 3.18.106, which is the latest kernel available. It is Maddie's kernel because that's probably one of the best kernels available for Oreo right now. SMS status is enforcing for those who care. Being a ROM by Team Z, you already know it's going to have a lot of features because that's their main game, and that is why we love them. They have a lot of features in there, so let's get started because this is going to be a long one. So almost all the settings are inside Havoc settings. Inside there you can see, well, big logo here, which is pretty cool. Status bar options, you do have quick pull down, smart pull down, tab to sleep, brightness control by sliding across the status bar, again an attention for you to read if you want that. Battery icon can be customized. It is available with all of this one. Not the most comprehensive though, there are other ROMs with a lot more options there. Force show battery percentage, so if you are selecting circle, you don't have the option to hide it. Battery bar can be enabled. Show Bluetooth battery status is available, which is pretty cool. Battery saver color can be enabled. Clock options are available where you can customize all of that. Left clock, right clock, center clock is all available. You can customize that, which is pretty cool. Status bar logo can be enabled if you need that, and that logo is pretty special, which is I like the logo. No SIM network hide, disable no SIM icon. VOLT icon can be enabled or disabled, and if you can understand that, it is not just VOLTE, that is VOLIT. Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. I like it. Network traffic indicator is available. You can customize that. Carrier label can be customized. Custom carrier label is also available for customization. One thing which you do need to note is that the status bar only option for, or lock screen and status bar option, status bar carrier label does not work. I've seen that a lot of people are having issues with that, so that is one thing which is not working. System icon can be customized from here, which if you want to, you can. Quick setting panel, you have customization for brightness slider enabler, brightness icon, show settings icon. Now a lot of people have been asking if when you install the ROM for the first time, you won't see anything here. No settings menu, no icon, no services. So you have to enable it from the quick setting panel if you want that. And also QX layout settings are available, and a staple of Team Z, I guess, small quick setting tile is also customizable, which is pretty cool. General options, scrollable quick setting tiles, show titles, music titles, all that is available. You can customize that. Header image is also available if you're someone who uses that. The panel option, this is the panel point option as we see in the AICP ROM. That's pretty cool. You can customize the borders around the panel and all that if you want that. But works out really well if you are someone who uses that. The interface settings, you have styles which you can customize. So it does come with a light, dark and black option. So dark option is a grayish theme, black is the black theme of course, and you have the other stuff also. Now something which I noticed with this ROM is that anything other than light color has a few bugs of its own. For example, while selecting black theme, if you long press it, well, there is a mismatch there. I know for a fact that the developer Salshady took a long time to get this thing working. So you can see rounded corners, rounded everything is available in this ROM. That was not a trivial task. It does take a lot of effort and that's the reason there is going to be some rough edges here and there, but that's part of the course, I guess. Blur personalization is also available, which is pretty cool, so you can enable that. Suggestions can be enabled in the dashboard, which is pretty cool. Animation option, you can enable that. System animation can be customized, which the OK pre-start system animation customization. Android P animation can be enabled. Disable animation altogether. Quick setting tiles, awesome. Animations can be customized. List view animation can be customized. Boot animation can be customized, which is pretty cool. I'm not really sure if you can. Yeah, that is the boot animation with which I will be discussing when I restart the phone, but that is available. Then notification panel, you can customize all of these notifications. So you have FC control, kill app button can be enabled, which is pretty cool. Toast icon can be customized, and also toast color need to be customized if you are someone who uses that, because if you are changing the colors, that does change the toast icon color, so you have to customize that manually. Heads up display is available, and it does have the advanced heads up settings, so that is the snooze timer and timeout is available, which I'm really a huge fan of. Now one thing is that it does have ticker, but for that to work you need heads up display off, which is a huge bummer for me, because I am someone who likes to use tickers rather than heads up display. Not always though. Many a times what I normally do is I normally have heads up display enabled, and I also have sticker enabled, and whenever I need a full screen application, I'm using a full screen application like YouTube and scrolling through the comments, I'll just drop down and disable the heads up display from here. But the problem is, if you enable the heads up display from here and you go back, I mean, you can see that heads up display is enabled, right? I had already selected the notification and music ticker. Now if you disable heads up display from here and go back to the settings menu in the notification, you can see that the ticker is still disabled. It doesn't work that way, so that was a huge bummer for me. And also one more thing is that there is a bug with it. If you have left clock enabled and there is a ticker message, for example, okay, you can see screen is being recorded, which is pretty standard, so you can see there is an extra clock there. The developers know about this, and it's not it is a known issue, and you have to disable the ticker and enable the ticker if you want to get rid of that. So that is something there. There are bugs in this ROM, but these are minor things though, so you don't need to worry too much about that. Less annoying in-call volume is available, or notifications are available if you are someone who wants that. Recent options, you have clear out button, customization is available. Immersive recent can be enabled if you are someone who wants that. Show clock, show date. Layout can be customized. It does have the grid layout, which is available with, I believe it was the MIUI ROMs which had the grid layout available. So that is available, and also Android Go option, a lot of people seem to like that, so that is available. The Slim Recent and Omni Switch are available, and there are the settings for it. If you want to use that, well, go ahead, it does work out really well. Roster options, you can customize everything. You have height, status bar, display info, battery info, clock widget, date widget, all that can be customized. Notification count options, and all the stuff in the lock screen can be customized for color and the font, which is pretty cool. Sizes can be customized. Wake and unlock, which is pretty cool. Whenever the device, if you have it enabled, what will happen is that it will actually use the fingerprint as a unlock button. But if you don't want that, you disable that, and you have to wake up the device before having the fingerprint register. So that's something there. Double tap to sleep is available. Music ticker can be enabled. Also ambient display bottom view can be enabled, so that is pretty cool. So if you are someone who uses the ambient display, and you can see, customize the bottom view of that, pretty cool. Music visualizer, media cover art is available. All of these can be customized. It does have face unlock, it does have fingerprint unlock, it does have authentication vibrations too. Bottom shortcuts can also be customized. Then the weather option, you can customize that. It does have the Omni-JAWS weather options. It does work out really well. You can enable, disable it in a bunch of things. Icon pack is available. Lost name weather can also be enabled, disabled, pretty cool. It does come with events option, which is an Omni events option. So if you enable that, you can select what the music player is and what happens when you do any of these things. It's a pretty advanced option, and kind of like Tasker, how it manages, but only for these events, particular events. So some people may use it, some people may not, but it is available for those who need to. In the buttons option, you do have additional hardware buttons, and you can customize that. One thing which I really do like is the awesome slider option, which gives you more options in the slider menu. So you can use it for flashlight, notification, ringer, all that options are available, and you can customize that. I guess this was optionable. This was available in Moki ROM, and it has been ported. One thing is, these are the actions and notification options, so you can customize that. Power menu customization is available, you can use that. Prevent accidental touch. Torch options are available, and I really do like this one, which does work out really well. Backlight options are available. Back, home, and overview button can be customized. It does have options that is in the UI style customization, which is pretty nice to have. Then the volume button customization. This was, in my opinion, one of my biggest letdown. I mean, I was really let down by this one. It doesn't have keyboard cursor control, which is, for me, I use that on a daily level whenever I type a message, because I make a lot of mistakes and I want to be able to pinpoint the cursor, and using my thumb is a little bit too much annoying. So I really like that, and it's not available in this ROM, so yeah, that's something of a bummer for me. Now in the navigation option, you do have options here, so that does work out really well. This is the DUI option again, with smart bar flinging and pulse settings, and also dynamic navbar color. Pretty cool. Gesture option, you have all of these gestures available. You have 3-finger gestures, pie gestures are available, app circle bar is available, gesture anywhere, which is pretty cool. Screen on gestures are available, which is the carbon gesture option, so that does work out really well if you want to use that. And also all the OnePlus gesture options are also available, which you can customize and use as please. Now in the advanced display option, you can enable smart pixels, and smart pixel is another option which is available with carbon ROM. I personally don't feel there is much difference in that, but it is available if you want that. Also it does have the burn-in protection and all that. Screen stabilization, it's another thing which is really cool. I really like this one. If you are someone who uses public transport, it is really great for your eyes if you are in the habit of reading when you're traveling, so that's really cool. In the system options, you can customize the acceleration mode. You can turn enforcing or permissive by the click of the button, and also persist across reboot. I haven't tried it, but I don't see any reason there. Suspend actions are available if you want to save a little bit more juice when the screen is off. Toggle options are available. Advanced distribute, advanced restart can be enabled or disabled. Allow untrusted overlays are available if you want to use OMS themes, so that does work out really well if you want to use that. You need to enable that to use OMS, so that's one thing. Apart from that, show CPU info is also available, which is pretty cool. IME settings are available, you can customize that, does just work out really well. In the miscellaneous option, you do have screenshot editor. Now it also comes with the Google markup, which is the Android P screenshot editor, I believe, so it does work out really well. I'm not a huge fan of that though, because I mean, it doesn't really have a share button and all that. I don't like that, so yeah. Scrolling cache can be customized. All of these options are available, which you can customize, which is pretty cool. And in the about phone page, you see all the founders of the ROM. So there is Xenix and Skullshady, all the device managers. Changelog can be accessed from here. Website is available. XJ page can be accessed from here. Telegram group. Really great bunch of developers. In the display options, you have brightness level. Live display is available, which is one of my favorite features, and also with dynamic display color profile, which I really like. It also have outdoor mode, so you can enable that, and with that it will work really well. I'm a huge fan of outdoor mode because it is something which I've been using for quite some time, and the extra bright display is just that much more useful when you are navigating on a car or motorcycle. It's really cool. Again, styles option are also available and can be accessed from here also, which is pretty cool. Fund manager is available, which is the DU fund manager, and you can customize that. There is a lot of things which you can do with it. Auto fund customization, a lot of extra funds are available with this. Prevent accidental wake up is available. Double tap to wake, and density option can be customized from here. So now apart from that, in the sound option, you do have volume steps which you can customize from here, so that's really cool. And security and privacy option, you can customize the quick pin and scramble layout if you are someone who uses that. I personally don't use that, so I'm not really too much inclined towards that. In system options, you have system profiles, which has been available with other lineage based ROM, and I really do like that. In gesture option, you have double tap the power button to jump to camera, which is really nice. Also, this can be accessed from here also. And that is it in the settings on the feature section of this ROM. As you can pretty much guess by now, it's a very feature-rich ROM, has a lot of features, and it is in competition for the most feature-rich ROM. Now previously I've crowned the MSM Extended ROM as the most feature-rich ROM. I don't really think that this one has, I do think that this one has a lot more options than that, but at the same time this one also takes a little bit of those options which I personally liked a lot, like volume key customization, notification key picker, that is not available in MSM Extended. Even ambient display auto brightness, that is not something available in this ROM, which was available in their previous two ROMs on Oreo, which I really liked on that. Also, one more thing is that ambient display is available, and by clicking no notification you can customize that. Ambient display for pickup and proximity sensor is available if you are someone who wanted to use that. It is available, but it's kind of screwed in this one, so I'm not really sure of that. I would have loved to have all of these features and give it like a 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 for the features, but as of right now it improves and adds a lot of features. Something which has added a lot is in the quick setting tile. So it has camera shortcuts on the quick settings, calendar shortcuts, all the shortcuts are available. You can see there are a lot more options here. Calculator, alarm, sleep orientation, reading mode is available, which is pretty cool, and you can enable that if you want a little bit better one. I'm not really sure about that though, so this is basically color collection from the developers options if you don't know what it is. As I've said, it has a lot of features, but it doesn't really have necessarily all the features, at least not all the features which I hope to see in this one. And for all the hype, I thought it will have all these features, but it doesn't. But that's not a problem though, it still has a lot more options than your average ROM does, and not even 8 out of 10 for features. Now the battery life has been pretty solid for me. Now it also has full spectrum support, which is really cool. Now right now I'm using the battery kernel, which is really nice. So in the battery options you can enable that and it will switch to SmartMax EPS. You can see that is the battery setting, and you can enable that. Works really well, and it actually changes the clock speed of your device, or the speed of your device. With battery profile it will feel sluggish, but you will get a better battery life. With the battery profile enabled, I was getting idle rates of maybe 1.1 to 1.2%. Active rate was really improved with about 10 to 9% of active rate. With the balance profile though, I was getting normally what I would get with any other basic ROM, like 13-14% of active drain and 1.4% of idle drain. So I normally keep everything in balance profile, but if you need to, it is good to know that there is a battery profile which will improve the battery life. Really happy about that. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10 for battery. Now the performance of the ROM. The performance of the ROM has been pretty standard. I've run multiple runs, and unlike other ROMs where I get one score and completely different score, it has been pretty consistent. I've been getting, the average score was about 144,750, which is a very good score in my opinion, but considering, that is considering the previous scores which I received. The last ROM which I tested had a very low score of 112,000, I guess. So yeah, considering that, this one has a lot better score. But I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because that's how it is. Again, as I've already said, Spectrum is available. You can customize that, and you can run with a performance or gaming profile, and that will improve battery life, not necessarily in the benchmark section though, so that's one thing. Now the stability of the ROM. The stability of the ROM, I've got a pretty mixed bag with that. First things first, Fingerprint Scanner, there is a little bit of delay in the Fingerprint Scanner selection and getting it to work, so that is not something which you see every day on an Oreo ROM, at least now. I thought it was fixed, but it's pretty much still there. I did try with other Spectrum kernels also, or Spectrum profiles also, but there is a little bit of things there. One more thing about the stability of the ROM is that, as I've already mentioned, the notification ticker problem is there, which is another thing which I would attribute to stability. One more thing is that the OS camera, I will talk more about this in the camera package. OS camera, front camera just crashes. I have been told that that's because they have enabled HDR in the front camera, so that is one thing, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because these are minor things, but a crash is a crash, and I cannot overlook that, so it's gonna be a 6 out of 10. Now the camera package offered in this one is my favorite combination. I love Gcam, but the Gcam does not have the Pro mode which I want, so Gcam with OS is my favorite package for camera gear. So Gcam works, and also Gcam front camera does work out, and if you want to use selfies, it does work and you don't need to worry too much about that. So that's one thing. But if you want to use Pro mode, and this is Gcam with portrait mode and all that, so don't worry about that. But if you want Pro mode out of the back camera, you can use this one, and it works. And Gcam, as you all know, it takes beautiful photos. I really like those Gcam photographs, but because OS camera has those crashes, I got to reduce a little bit of the score. I'm gonna give it a 7.6 out of 10. Now the aesthetics of the ROM. The aesthetics of the ROM, this is one of the most unique audio ROMs available for our device. It's very unique, it has a lot of things going on for it. This round UI, it may not be for everyone, but I personally like it. And it does have full-on substrate support if you enable the overlay option. It does have rounded corners, it does have all the things rounded, which is not an easy task. I mean, believe me guys, it's not an easy task to get these things to work. And the developer did put in a lot of effort into it, as does all the developers do, so I'm not going to differentiate between that. But again, because of all this extra stuff, there is issues with dark theme and all that. There is another thing which I have noticed, which is this one. Well, the snooze button is not visible. Not really sure, but the developers knows about this. So yeah, these are things which does occur. But because I like this, I like the effort of it. It does have substrate support, it does have the dark mode, color options and all that, but it's not perfect. There are issues with it. I'm gonna give it an 8.2 out of 10. Now the overall experience of the ROM. The overall experience of the ROM is pretty good. I have been using this for 2 days and I've had nothing but good memories with it. Everything really works. I didn't really have much issues with that. But as I've already said, there are these minor issues which, considering what the ROM is and how much, I mean, I have nothing about the developers or nothing against the developers, but considering how much hype this ROM had, I will be lying if I told you guys that I don't feel a little bit of disappointment with the ROM. I thought this was going to be the best one with the absolute every feature, but that's not the case. It does have unique features and it does have some things missing, which I do consider as something which I really like. So yeah, these are the things which I have an opinion about the ROM. It's a great ROM for daily drivers. A lot of people will be pleased with it. Personally, I do think that there are a little bit of things which are missing in this one, which will make it a daily driver for me. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10 for the overall experience, because that's just how I feel, man. So yeah, I guess that much is it about the ROM. Let me show you guys the boot animation, which is really cool. So here is the boot animation for the Havoc-OS by Team Z. Isn't it a good boot animation? It's an amazing boot animation. If you are part of Telegram group, if you are someone who is part of Telegram group and you have seen this, there was a voting available for between this one and the old Beast logo, and this one won. And this is the amazing thing about it. So guys, I guess that much is it about the ROM then. As I've already said, it's a very feature rich ROM with a lot of things, and the developers have worked a lot for it. And I guess everything the Team Z developers does, it's going to be a very good ROM. And I've already mentioned this previously that Team Z developers, I mean, their ROMs are catered to a very specific audience. Previously on the Z Unleashed and Unleashed OS, I happen to be that kind of a person who wanted exactly that. This time though, Havoc ROM, it's not really tailor-made for me. I like a little bit different things, and I like a little bit different approach to things with a little bit more features, a few of the features which I would have taken off, and I think that would sum up what my views are. And one more thing which I do want to talk about is the hype. A lot of people did message me and say that the ROM was overhyped. It's not really overhyped. I mean, yeah, it was kind of overhyped, but the hype is necessary. Hype is necessary to get the thing out there. Because of all the hype, a lot more people are using the ROM, and in return we get a better ROM in the second iteration because a lot more people are on that. And as I guess Mukesh says, BUG, that's bugs, that is big user group, is essential for a development of a ROM, and I really do support that. So that's one thing, but I do think that the hype was a little bit too much. And yeah, that's a whole other story, which if you want to talk about, hey, Telegram at Kugli, discuss it with me or discuss in the comment section below. So well, you have the platform for it. So yeah, I guess how much is it about the ROM then. The final score is going to be 7.266839378. which is going to be about 7.3, and that ties it up with the Liquid Remix ROM, which is in my opinion one of the best other ROMs available for this device. As for me, I may not be staying on this ROM as a daily driver because even though I like it, it's not for me. I like a little bit more. I might even go back to Nougat. I guess how much is it about the ROM then, and I did mention everything which I wanted to talk about, and yeah. Hope you guys liked the video. Please share, subscribe, like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.